I'm really angry at fencing and it's a joke. Check your mask on. What? So, the way you come to an interaction primes your musculature to continue an action in a way that is either useful or not. I actually should wear a mask for this one. Now that I've wasted your time with me grabbing my own mask. So the way that you come to an interaction primes your muscles for the next intuitive interaction. You can mostly override this. Or you can just pick a better move beforehand that makes the next subsequent action just so much easier. Woody's gonna hate me because like aspects of this is like something he's working on, and if you're seeing this, he's only lightly mad that I've made a video first. Sorry. A rare secret mosh with a mask. Now, David, can I get you in front of me? I'll just get you around here. Oh. I'm going to make sure this is over my shoulder. How is that over my shoulder? That was good? Yep. Perfect. So, if I come to, let's imagine that distance is a thing that people know. Let's pretend, let's have that fast, that people understand what the fuck a shredder and a lager is, and we'll move the fuck on. Now, what I give a shit about right now is, if I go to make a crossing, and I do this lateral, and there's pressure, oh look at that, he disengages and I fall through space. I think I've done a video like that before. Ah, boom, and then he's Hawkeye Mihawk and he stabs me in the fucking neck with a pocket knife. Now, if I have that lateral action, my muscles are primed to continue that lateral action even though I've stopped. This is kind of cool. They're also primed to do the opposite equal lateral action in reaction. That's cool. I get to go swimming. Woo! I don't care about these videos as much anymore. But if I come to that crossing primed through a thrust-centric interaction, when he releases, I can continue thrusting. The way that, if I switch you over, oh, yeah, sick, let's get you some cross line. Yeah, cool. So, if I come to it like this, he releases, I fall through space lateral. If he releases, I can regurgitate, I can flinch, I can the exact opposite and equal reaction over and over. I can go lateral, 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 lateral. None of those actions intuitively reach nor retract. They intuitively left, right? Now I come to the interaction with the thrust-centric feeling. Boom, I can continue that thrust straight the fuck through. Or, I come to it with that thrust feeling and it dive bombs like a leg hit. I can retract straight the fuck back. I can continue on the forwards and backwards pathing of the thrust of what the sword does, opposed to being stuck in left, right, or up and down, right? I can parry up, and then it doesn't intuitively make sense to reach. The body is not primed to up and suddenly push forwards. It is primed to turn off the up action to slam back down. It means that the reaching action will have a slight, not maybe to say there will be a tempo, maybe a bit fake, but there will be a moment, which is a fucking tempo, but it will be a moment of like, redirecting of yourself. But say David attacks at me and I'm going thrust through, I can just thrust the fuck through because I know how counter thrust works. Isn't that magical? But even if I thrust up, I can continue the thrust. I can continue this thrusting action and it never actually stops. If I do it with a cut, if I care about cutting and I'm doing saber, broadsword, stuff like that, and I care about using counteractions that are cut-like in nature, I can cut towards him to parry. It puts the strong through the path of the weak, and then I can continue cutting, or I can form and then I can pull. I can like cut. I can cut towards him and pull back away from him, and continue like such. As long as the action that I'm doing in precursor is the opposite, the perfect opposite, or the perfect precursor to continue in the same action I'm looking for. So if I'm looking for extend towards him, why would I move laterally in weird places that have extending towards him not in the subsequent action repertoire? That sounds insane. So he thrusts at me. I don't shove and extend because that doesn't intuitively happen. I don't go boom and extend. It kind of gets a bit fucky. But if I go left, right, cool, I'm invincible. We all fucking do that. And if I go pull, return, I get to pull, and yes, it does move laterally. Let's not lie to ourselves. But mostly my arm is fired in the exact opposite way it needs to fire for my extension. And I can cut in a pulling action where I'm actually pulling the side of my sword towards it. I pull, and then I can extend with the push of the side of my sword, and then it continues the way I want it to. Then I can cut or thrust at my shoulder, and I push and push, and I can get that nice, what was it, Lonigan's throw or something? Like, I don't know, this broadsword thing that I think we were in our early 20s playing with it. Where you lie from below, and you kind of parry up, but then shove through into their leg. It gets a little clunky if you do that big parry up, but if you push towards their attack and continue in, you've just done the ranged circle parry that, not eclipses, that envelops, I love that, but like, I don't know, when lines intersect, that intersects with the side of his leg. It's just a circle parry that intersects with the side of his leg. It can be done while being in fear. The point of this is that every action that you make leads into your next action. If you want a thrust to land, begin a thrust. If you want a parry to do something, like eventually turn into a cut, make sure that your parry has the traits of the cut that you want in the future, which is either it traveling towards the person or the perfect opposite, it traveling away from the person. If you want a thrust to work, you need the sword to be traveling away from them before you begin it, or traveling towards them before you continue it. The precursor action needs to match the subsequent actions. Because if it needs to redirect in a way that the muscles aren't primed to suddenly switch, there will be an added moment every time and you'll feel slow. I don't want you to feel slow, I want you to fucking be able to land things.